torrent of rain left thousands of cars piled up as Valencia endured its worst flash floods in a century, with more rain falling in 24 hours than the city typically sees in a year. Mountains of debris line the streets of Alfafar, one of the hardest hit areas. Mud is mixed with the furniture and rubble from homes and shops, swept away in minutes by a surge of sludge. It's not yet 9 a.m. and a legion of volunteers is already prepared to assist families affected by this devastating catastrophe.
We have come here to clear away all this debris and to help as much as we can, as we weren't doing anything at home. There are people who don't have food or water, and we have more means to get here and provide them with something to eat and drink.
Julia has lost everything in the floods as mud cascaded down like a river, tossing cars into her compound. She saved her life by swiftly making it to the first floor. Even now, she trembles as she recalls that night.
I couldn't have imagined this. It's unbelievable. My husband wasn't at home. He was out somewhere, and I didn't know where he was until I finally saw him up on the rooftop. I was terrified.
Emergency services are stretched by the scale of the disaster. Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez has pledged to deploy an additional 500 soldiers, adding to the 1,200 already assisting in the affected areas.
We are going to put all necessary resources in place today, tomorrow, and as long as it takes for us to recover from this tragedy, we will not abandon you.
The death toll continues to rise as emergency services reach basements, car parks, and tunnels. Under this bridge, more than a dozen vehicles were trapped, and firefighters deployed from Malaga are trying to pump out the water before they can even reach the cause.
More than 20 vehicles have accumulated underneath the tunnel. We are currently in an emergency phase, searching for people who are presumed alive, and if not, for those who have sadly passed away.
The ones who suffered this catastrophe, removing cars, giving food, or cleaning up the streets.
The emergency services are overwhelmed and have yet to reach many outlying areas around Valencia. So the people who live here have been working to clear the streets themselves since Wednesday morning. Many of them have lost relatives and friends. With more rain expected in the coming hours, residents fear conditions could get even worse, adding to the pressure, uncertainty, and extreme stress they're already facing.
The solidarity of anonymous volunteers does not stop at night as they reach out to those in need of basic necessities. Laura needed a special milk powder for her 7-month-old baby and didn't know how to obtain it.
I managed to post on Instagram asking if anyone knew how I could get some help. I didn't expect the support we've received here, as people have come from all over Valencia.
As Valencia experiences the worst climate crisis of the century in Spain, a mix of sadness and anger hangs over residents who wonder if this could have been prevented with earlier warnings. Xaume Olleros, TRT World, Alfafar, Valencia.